Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Ian Chiquino, and today I'm going to cast a game on Chikuros Plateau between Lag TT, Bandino, here on the right as our red Protoss player. And on the left, we're going to have Vile Spanishwa as our blue Zerg player on the bottom left part of the map. So as far as I know, this is a ladder game, and going to have a little bit of ZvP action here. Now, as you can see, this probably is a ladder game based on this the map here. This isn't the MLG version. It has the destructible rocks here, so it doesn't have these back entrances into each player's base. And then we have the expansion here in the bottom middle that can be accessible by both these destructible rocks. I do actually prefer this to the other version of the map, but you can check out over here. Bandino has got other plans. He's just going to go for a 2-gate proxy here. Knowing that his opponent won't spawn up here, he's free to proxy right down here and know this is coming pretty well. Now let's see if Spanishwa is actually going to scout this. He's got an Overlord kind of headed up in that general direction, but I don't know. It looks like the drone is going to head out now and going to go for a scout, so it's going to be a while before that drone actually gets over there. He does have an Overlord here in the bottom part of the map, but he's already turning around. Afraid to give his position away, I assume, but in this situation, it would probably actually be better for him if he actually just ran in there and looked around. This drone is going to get in there and see that, but by then it's going to be too late. There are already going to be zealots in his base. Now, Spanishwa is pretty well known for his, I think the name of it is the Ice Fisher build, where he basically goes for a super fast hatch expansion, no gas, gets a bunch of queens and spine crawlers for defense. So Bandino may be aware of this strategy, is going to try and basically go for a really hard counter is this double gate proxy here, because he knows it's going to have a late spawning pool and a quick hatchery. And let's just see how much damage he can do with these zealots. So they have been scouted. There are zealots on the move. The pool is about 80% done, and now he's going to come in here and try and do some damage. He's going to have to pull drones here. Let's see if he can actually manage to. He's actually pulling them back. He needs to fight here on the ramp or in some kind of type of back position with these zealots so they don't get surrounded by those drones. He's going to lose some drones already. He's losing quite a few drones there, and now he's going to be forced to pull those drones back. He's going to make a bunch of spine crawlers there in his mineral line, and then of course make some zerglings as well. If he can just kind of keep as many drones alive as possible and let those spine crawlers finish, he should be in a pretty decent position here, maybe, because he has a lot of drones. So we can check the harvester count, 14 to 11. So unless Bandino just starts to macroing pretty hard here, he's actually gonna he actually lost quite a few there, so he's behind now. And there are a lot of zealots out on the field. Look at that, 6 zealots in the way, but those 3 spine crawlers are almost done, and those 3 spine crawlers might be enough to hold off these 6 zealots. If he does decide to focus fire with those spine crawlers. We also have a queen out too, that'll be nice. And doing a little bit of larva inject there, so the spine crawlers are out now. Looks like he's going to focus fire. Yeah, he's taking out those zealots pretty quickly, and that one is down, the next one is down, and those drop pretty quickly. So now the game is back to being even. This hatchery was canceled, and so Spanishwa is kind of behind here at this point. We have 12 harvesters versus 9, and what do we got over here in Bandino's base? He's going for gas, going for cybernex core, so it's kind of transitioning into more of a standard game here, but already Vile Spanishwa is behind, and he's pushing up that spine crawler. It actually is in range of both these other ones, so that's going to work out great for him, but it looks like he's going to lose it anyway. That queen's going to get surrounded if he's not too careful. Almost lost a queen there. That would have really been deadly. That would have really put him behind macro-wise, but he's pumped out quite a few drones here. Supply count 21 versus 28, putting down a creep tumor, and if Bandino can run up there and pick that off, that would be pretty great, but nope, he's just going to hang out there at the bottom of the ramp, just keep an eye on that expansion. And we're probably going to have a Spanishwa drone pump here for a while to try to get back in the game. There's really no need for him to make zerglings anytime soon, because he does have these spine crawlers protecting him from those zealots. And probably Bandino is going to be doing the same thing here, just pumping out macro-wise. He's got 3 gates up. There was just a 4th there, so the 4th gate is up. And Spanishwa is going to scout this out. So Bandino could be making stalkers. Yeah, he's got stalker on the way. Warp gate research is going. He's currently loosening that stuff out. And he may start applying some pressure as soon as that stalker comes out, just try and pick off some drones or pick off the spawning pool, something like that. The stalker will be out of range of the spine crawler and be easily able to attack that spawning pool, no problem. So Spanishwa is scouting this out. Sees 4 gate, is probably going to try and actually going to get a roach horn out. That's a pretty smart move. Roach horn will do okay against a 4 gate as long as you have some spine crawlers out there as well. He's actually canceling the Evo chamber and deciding to not go with the Evo chamber there. I guess he was maybe worried about some type of air, but based on the scouting up there, I guess he's deciding not to go with that, or maybe he was planning on getting 1 attack upgrade. But either way, he's not going to go with that. And the Stalker is out. He's going to kill a Overlord. That's not going to be good. Spanishwa is going to be supply blocked from that. He's already making another Overlord to replace the one that's going to die. And there it goes, exploding, disintegrating into space. And Spanishwa is kind of trapped in his base here. He's up on 2 gas now and making some roaches. And yet another queen. He loves his queens. And our 4 gates are done, and an attack is about to commence. Yeah, there we have it. He's actually going to try and take out this spawning pool here. That's really going to hurt. But he's got the Roach Horn, so that's going to be good too. We're going to have a lot of transfusions go down to keep these queens alive. And we're going to see how far he can get out of here, if he can break this contain and just try and go for an expansion, because he's really going to need an expansion if he wants to deal with this. So the Roach Warren, no tech the hatchery yet. He's kind of spending all his money on roaches. He's got 5 more roaches on the way. The spawning pool is going to fall, but that's not really going to hurt him too much. He is making purely roaches here. Focus fire down there trying to kill some roaches, and it looks like he hasn't lost one yet. Transfusion going down on both of those units, keeping them alive. And does the queens have enough for one? Yeah, one more transfusion going to go down there. He's saving those. Yes, he's going to save the one queen. Nope, the other one dies too quickly. And those zealots are all falling there pretty quickly, though. So he traded all those zealots for the kill on the spawning pool. Not sure if that was a good trade or not, but that's what actually happened. You have Nexus going down here, the natural expansion for Bandino. And Bandino's kind of falling back a little bit here. There's not much he can do at this point except try and maybe get some pot shots at these roaches, but since they're on creep and they do have that speed, they will be able to, those stalkers won't be able to out-micro them. And a Scissor comes very quickly. Oh, he almost got there in time to force field that ramp and pick a couple of units off. Spine Crawler's now moved here to the front of the ramp. Spanishwa trying to regain control of his base and get back in this game. And this Overlord is going to come over and scout this out, so he knows there's an expansion going down here in the bottom. And that's probably going to be pretty good for him, because he knows his opponent isn't going to try and one base all in him for the rest of this game. He's going to go for some type of get a macro advantage on him. And Bandino's probably just going to be playing pretty safe here for the time being. And Spanishwa is going to try and break down here, but oh no, he's not paying attention to that sentry. Oh my gosh, Bandino wasn't watching the mini-map there and just lost the sentry. That would have been a great situation for him there, just to throw down a force field, pick off 2 or 3 roaches. But unfortunately, he loses the sentry, takes some damage on his couple stalkers, and loses that foothold he had on that expansion. That's going to allow Spanishwa to push out and take an expansion, no problem. This Overlord did manage to sneak out of there, not getting hit or not getting killed or anything like that. We do have a robo facility coming up, probably going to make some observers and immortals out. And he's got another drone coming down here. Where is this drone going to go? Maybe going to take a third, not quite sure, but that drone is on the move. And the roaches are pushing out there, and they're going to try and take out the stalkers, but with this slow roach speed, those stalkers will be able to micro them, no problem. And this, did he sneak out there? Looks like he's going to, did he? I think he's going to make another hatchery. But this probe is going to see it. No, he's just scouting that, but he's going to come back down. We'll see here, but the, oh, roaches are going to come back here and snipe a pylon. Oh, man, but Bandino was not paying attention there. Loses that. Now he's going to have 2 less production facilities. And Spanishwa doing some damage here. He's going to sacrifice a roach or 2 for that, but he's got some Zerglings to come out here. Not speed yet. It's going to be close. As soon as that speed finishes, he should be able to get a surround on those stalkers and wrap them up. And Spanishwa taking this expansion up here right after Bandino scouted it. So, oh man, there's going to be no way Bandino is going to... Oh wait, is he going to go scout it again now? Oh, that would be perfect. He's going to come up here and scout it again. And yep, there it is. Now he sees it, so he knows there's a base up there. So there's going to be 3 bases for Spanishwa. 2 more gas on the way, and Bandino's getting chronoing out +1 attack upgrade. And we got a Overseer around here for Spanishwa. Just doing some scouting. It looks like it's going to die. Those things are very slow, and he's going to come in here and sacrifice himself to see what's going on. He's going to see a robo coming out, robotics facility, and another gateway. So pretty good stack there. And we actually have a pylon over here, proxy pylon, and oh, this is tricky. Look at this. It's going to put a pylon here on the high ground to power these 2 buildings in the low ground that were powered earlier. That's pretty smooth. I like that play. But Spanishwa, let's see what he's going for. He's getting roach burrow, or actually just burrow in general, and pathogen glands. I guess he's going to go from some neural parasite and that roach speed upgrade. That hatchery at the top is finished. So I'm kind of curious to see what Bandito is going to go for here, what type of attack he's going to go for. If he's going to try and just sit outside here and just contain his opponent while he takes this 3rd base, or if he's just going to go straight up there and kill this 3rd base all the way. And now Spanishwa should be aware of this. He does have that Overload over there creeping it up. He sees that this pylon is powered, but Spanishwa is going to have to generate some forces here if he wants to push out. We can see the food count is in favor of the Protoss, 89 versus 78, and we have the Zerglings out running about, and they're going to get picked off. He's not paying attention at all. Spanishwa just sacrifices a couple of those Zerglings to the Protoss player there, and more overloads being brought out. Of course, these are rallied. He's going to have to move those into a safe position. There's an observer here from Bandino right at the front of the ramp, so he sees what he's up against. I don't really think it's safe for him to push up this ramp right now. He's got those 2 spine crawlers, 2 queens, and soon to be 14 Zerglings and 4 Infestors out. They do that pathogen glands upgrade so they can spawn with enough to do a fungal growth, and he's just going to come out here and plop a fungal growth on him. And no, he's not. He's just going to, oh my gosh, that was huge. You do not want to do that. That was so much damage that he could have put right there on his opponent, and he just was maybe mismicroing, doing something or not, but 2 Zealots up here just going to harass us, so that looks like what, oh no, he's going to lose 2 more. This observer just seen all that, but it looks like Bandino played with the smart move here. He went for just a soft contain with the majority of his army and only sent 1 or 2 forces up here just to pick off his hatchery, just to keep it straight up 2-2. I like that play from Bandino, but man, Spanishwa sacrificing 3 of those Infestors, that was actually pretty huge here. He needs all the units he can get just because he was so far behind here at this point. Just losing those 3 gas-heavy tech units is not really good stuff there. So more Immortals, Colossus coming out. I don't think he has Colossus range upgrade here. Nope, not getting that, just mostly Immortals. When the Colossus just to do that splash damage, I guess, to the Zerglings. But more units being warped in here. And is he going to go for a break here? Might go for a break here. 18 Zerglings. He got Baneling Nest on the way. We check the units tab. You can see right up there. 53 Zerglings, 12, and he just fungal growth the observer. Nice job. Whenever you do fungal growth units, they do reveal themselves if they are invisible. So now he can just sneak on out here, and there's not much Bandino can do to this. And it looks like Spanishwa is just going to go counterattack with those Infestors and harass his opponent's mineral line. There are no there's no cannons actually in his base, so he cannot detect this. He cannot do anything with this unless he gets another observer out. There's another observer on the way. Neural Parasite is just now starting to be researched. 18 more Zerglings, and I'm expecting Spanishwa to break out of here and attack this whole army once he starts attacking this mineral line with these Infestors. It just seems like it's going to be a smart play. And looks like those larvae up there were used, and they're going to come up here and take out this pylon. Going to deactivate that. That's going to be pretty good on his side. And now he's going to come up here and do some damage. We can see he's got 2 here, and then he's got 3 here in his main. We have Blink being researched, and it looks like this is going to come through and clean up that a little bit, but he lost production on those, and he's going to pop up here and just take out a lot of probes. Worker count 53 for a Protoss player, 41 versus Spanishwa, so we're going to see how much damage he can do. 2 cannons actually being made somewhere here. Where are those cannons at? Actually, they're being made... Oh, here at this expansion. Unfortunately, they're being made at the wrong base. They need to be made as main, and there we go. 2 fungal growths going to go down, and all those probes are going to die. Oh, that's too bad. And then all these are going to die here. Oh, man. And he's got enough for 2. 2 fungal growths do kill those probes if you just drop it back to back. And oh my gosh, he just lost a lot of workers. And that's going to cause Bandino to get mad and go for an attack. You can check that 22 harvesters, so he lost so many harvesters there. He's way down to 22, and he was just making a couple more there. Well, we can check the workers killed here. 36. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of dead workers right there. And that's going to put the economy back in Spanishwa's favor, even though he's only down to 2 bases. He does have a large harvester lead. But luckily enough for Bandino, he does have 3 bases he can chrono boost out. These probes like nobody's business, and he still doesn't have any cannons back in his main. He's going to need to get those if he wants to keep any probe count alive. And these Infestors are going to come back and deal some more damage. They're going to just throw down some Infested Terran and try and pick off some units. More Sentries being warped in here. He does not have hallucination research, but wow, looks like that. He's actually going to get all those out of there, survive them, and he's going to try and do some damage. Basically be quite annoying here. He really needs to have some cannons. Bandino does in his base to just get rid of those. Infestors. So they can just basically sit in there forever. He does have a observer up there, but it's only 1 stalker. And this stalker is actually going to... Oh, I was going to say the stalker almost died to those infested Terran. And he does have the observer, so he can see this. He's going to be able to pick that off now finally. But he's now out of vision because this observer is not being moved. Oh, wow, a lot of infested swarm eggs now being plopped right there in front of the stalker. And he's going to die if he's not being microed. No, he's not going to be microed. He's going to die. And he's going to start harassing, warping some more units to try and deal with this. And we have a big attack out the front. Spanishwa is going to go for it. He's going to go try to get a big surround. Bandito's not paying attention now. He's going to throw down some force fields. There are so many units here. Just a huge attack going on. Zerglings, roaches, and he's got so many units out here. And he needs to throw down some more force fields. Maybe this Colossus in the back doing as much damage as possible. Some Immortal in the center already has 12 kills. Stalker's trying to keep it alive. Oh my gosh, the Stalkers are like, I'm out of here, dude. That Colossus is like, what? Where are you going? But looks like he's going to take out those Colossus and that Immortal, and those Stalkers are going to live to die another day, but he lost all the sentries, and as soon as those sentries die, the portable walling off of the Protoss player just completely negated, and Spanishwa broke out of there, and the contain is now over. That's a 22-minute contain there from Bandino, and just those Infestors really brought Spanishwa back in the game, kind of refocused Bandino's attention, and just allowed him to just break out there and get a lot of damage. The same thing happened earlier whenever Spanishwa broke out and picked off that sentry. That was really risky. If I saw like 5 Stalkers at the beginning of the game, like those 5 Stalkers sitting out there, and a sentry, and I had like only 7 critical roaches, I would not have pushed out there. But he went for it, and it paid off. He got the sentry kill and kind of broke that little bit earlier contain, but that was definitely a very risky play. Whenever you're rushing into a Protoss player that does have quite a few sentries, there's always the risk of just force fielding, blocking you off, and then half your army's trapped. He does have burrowed roaches, but he doesn't have roach movements or tunneling claws, so you couldn't tunnel underneath the force fields. You could just burrow and stay alive. So we got some more Infestors out. Third base is up and going here. Bandino's got this guy going for a while now, and check the probe count. I'm kind of curious. 44 versus 40, so Bandino back now in the lead, and he does have 1 photon cannon here in this base, so that's going to be nice. But these Infestors, how are they still in here? Where's those Infestors at? Does he still have them? He's got 1 hidden over here on the right, but he's basically only a 2 base. So we have a fight here in the middle, and the Stalker's getting completely picked off there by the fungal growth there, and those, he's going to lose his Colossus too. Oh no, this is not good. He does have roach speed. I don't think he has got roach speed. Yes, he does. He does have roach speed. He's going to lose all his Stalkers. And yeah, he thinks he was on more than 2 base, but no, he actually wasn't. So Bandino, looks like, yeah, he just GG'd it right there. So wow, that's actually the end of the game there. And I think we would have seen a completely different game if whenever Spanishwa broke out here at that very last fight, whenever he broke out, if Bandino was watching his mini-map or paying a little bit more attention, he could have thrown in some force fields and picked off that whole army. And that would have completely changed the outcome of this game, and but that's not what happened. Spanishwa broke out there, got out there in that attack, and got free, and that was just amazing. But also the Infestor play, like these Infestors did so much damage. You can see his Harvester count was dropped down to like 20. Spanishwa might as well have been on 3 bases as far as Bandino was concerned, because he just lost so many probes to those Infestors. And those Infestors were a really smart, tricky play there, and unfortunately for Bandino, he didn't have just 1 photon cannon there guarding his entrance. That would have been just enough to deal with it, but fortunately he didn't. But anyway, that was a pretty interesting PvZ here on Chikura's Plateau. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.